Hi guys, welcome back to Authentic. This is your start guide on how to getting your child working independently for remote learning. So this is the number one tip that I have been giving out to my parent friends and others who have reached out to me just asking me, what in the world am I doing with my son while I'm working full-time at home as a single mom? And so the number one tip that I have for moms and parents alike is consistency, and consistency with time. So what I mean by that is that I started my son out with an activity that he was familiar with. So for instance, remember my son is 2. So just like imagine whatever age your child is, an activity that they are comfortable with doing independently. So for my 2-year-old son, he had a simple little puzzle, okay? Nothing major. It's something that we've already done before together, something that he's already comfortable with. And so I sat him down at a table and I gave him his puzzle and took the puzzle pieces off, and I put a timer in front of him and gave him a snack and gave him something to drink and told him that he was not allowed to get up from the table until the timer went off. Okay, and so some of my mom friends are like, okay, well, I have like a 30-minute meeting that I need for my son or my daughter to, go do something, go be busy, go learn for 30 minutes uninterrupted. What do I do? Okay, well, you need to work up to that time. So for instance, I might have started my son out with a 5 or 10-minute timer telling him that he can't get up from the table until he finishes his puzzle or the timer goes off. So even if he doesn't necessarily finish the puzzle, that time has already been set and that standard has already been set that he can't get up from the table until this timer goes off or until this puzzle is done. And eventually you'll notice that 10 minutes of time will go by with ease. So then once you notice that, guess what you need to do? Up that time increment, maybe up it just 5 minutes to 15 minutes, okay? And same thing, maybe you'll sit your child down with a familiar book, and because they need to be reading every single day, whether they're not the best reader and they're just flipping through the books and looking at the pictures, or they're actually reading a book, but they need to be reading every single day. So with that being said, give them a book that they're familiar with, or a book that's their favorite. Maybe it's something that you read to them at night before they go to bed. Okay, and so again, 15 minutes, you can't get up until your timer goes off, until this 15 minutes. And you are going to have to set those boundaries and reward him for doing well in those 10 minutes. And if he gets up, just redirecting him back to the table, reminding him, hey, you're supposed to be sitting down for that time period. So you don't get TV until you sit down and you do your puzzle for the 10 to 15 minutes that I need for you to do it. Okay? And then the thing is, say, okay, back to your 30-minute meeting that you have. If you are doing these time increments consistently, after a while, you're not even going to need that timer, because your child is going to start having that internal clock where they know, okay, I need to be sitting here in this spot. I need to be working on this activity. It can be something as simple as coloring. Whatever activity that you know your child can do independently, the goal is for you to be left alone so that you can do your work, but that they're also busy, but also engaged in something that's fueling their brain. puzzle or reading a book, and then maybe if they sit down for those 15 minutes, then you might reward them with like a 10-minute show, and that could last the rest of your meeting. That way they see, like, if I sit here and I do my work, then I also get a reward of watching a show or playing a game that I really want to do. So using the education as leverage. All right, I really hope this helps. Stay tuned for the next episode. It will be on activities with reading. Mwah.